Good morning, my lovely students. Today is our last lesson of the week, and we normally would have two lessons. So I decided today to make reading and listening together. That's our first time on this platform. Let's try. Right now, before starting our reading, I would like to make some key concepts explanation to you. The first word concept we have is company. Company is a place where people work. It has a name normally, like Ülker. Ülker is a company, is a business. The second word for you is enterprise. Enterprise is someone who is a good businessman, someone who's creative and that shows big effort. Gayret, I will say in Turkish. The next word is sales. Sales is about what you sell, how much you sell. You can make good sales. You can make bad sales. Ülker makes sales in chocolate, for example. The third word is about good sales. If you make good sales, good number, you have success. You are successful then. Right now, we will pass to the reading part. The reading part is about how to start a business. And the first word we have to read here is the word of guidebooks. Do you remember what a guidebook was? We will first read the reading part by listening to it and then answer exercise 2 and 3. Let's start now. I will underline for you important parts. I am starting.
Unit 4. Gateway to Life Skills. How to start a business. A case analysis from the world of guidebooks.
Lonely Planet is a company which produces modern, dynamic guidebooks. It also produces TV programs, a magazine, and lots of useful digital material on the web. In 2010, there were 500 Lonely Planet books in 8 languages, with annual sales of more than 5 million guidebooks.
So, what did it say here? Lonely Planet is a company. It produces guidebooks. It has TV programs, magazines, and digital material. There were 500 Lonely Planets books in 8 languages in 2010, and their sales were great, 5 million guidebooks. Now, let's continue with the reading.
The start of this global company was unusual. Maureen and Tony Wheeler were the 2 creators of Lonely Planet. Their first meeting was in Regent's Park in London in 1970. Maureen was just 20. A year later, they were married. Their idea of the perfect honeymoon was to travel across Europe and Asia all the way to Australia. The only problem was not having any money. But Maureen and Tony's 9-month trip was a success. When they arrived in Australia, their friends asked how it was possible to make such a long trip with no money.
So, what happened here? Lonely Planet started in an unusual way, not normal way. Maureen and Tony were the creators. They created Lonely Planet. They were married and they had an idea of a honeymoon to Europe, Asia, and Australia. But they had no money. So they started this 9-month trip, honeymoon, and they arrived in Australia. When they arrived there, their friends asked, "How could you make this with no money?" Let's see how they answered.
Their answers were the basis of their first guidebook, Across Asia on the Cheap. The first version of the book, with its simple yellow cover, was the product of long nights writing at their kitchen table. But after just 1 week, they were able to sell 1,500 books. It was the only guidebook in the world written by adventurous young travellers for adventurous young travellers.
So, they wrote a book to answer about their trip on their kitchen table. The name of the book was Across Asia on the Cheap. They wrote the book, they published the book. After just 1 week, they sold 1,500 books. What was it special? It was the first guidebook written by young people, adventurous people, travelers. Let's continue with the second part here.
And it was the first guidebook written for people travelling on the cheap without spending much money. Lonely Planet was born thanks to Maureen and Tony's enterprise. 2 years later, there was another book by the Wheelers, and then another and another. Maureen and Tony eventually sold Lonely Planet for over £500,000. Today, there are over 200 Lonely Planet authors, and there are Lonely Planet offices in Oakland and Franklin in the US, Gurgaon in India, London, Melbourne, and Beijing.
Look at the success. Maureen and Tony are successful people. They had enterprise. They wrote one book more after 2 years, and another and another. At the end, they sold the Lonely Planet company for £500,000. How much is in Turkish lira? Count it, Ata. So, what does it say now? There are now 200 Lonely Planet authors and offices everywhere in the world. Let's finish this reading.
The company continues to produce great guidebooks, and the Wheelers have more time to do what they enjoy, travel.
So, the company is still keeping on producing, and the Wheelers are still keeping on traveling. Good for Maureen and Tony. Now, I want you to look at this picture and answer the questions at number 2. What are their names? What is on their t-shirts? What's their logo? Why are they wearing the t-shirts? And why they are standing in front of a map? In exercise 3, you have to put numbers here according to the order of the text. Which one is the first action? Which one is the second? Blah, 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 blah. Which one is the last? Number 7. Let's pass to the next page now. Exercise 4, I don't want you to do it. I want you to do exercise 5, which is a video we are going to watch now. Please be very careful. You have to choose one option.
When you go on holiday and you go to the beach, what do you take? Probably a towel, some sandals or flip-flops, maybe sunglasses, maybe a baseball cap, and some money to buy an ice cream or a soft drink or something.
When they're going to the beach, they take a towel, they take sunglasses, and they take money.
The problem is, where do you put your money when you go for a swim?
The answer is in the cash cap. There's a secret pocket at the front of the cap where you can put money or a key.
Have you heard? They had a problem. Where do you put money on the beach? They created the cash cap. You can put your money or keys inside. Let's see how.
Nobody knows it's there because all they see is a normal cap. You can leave your cap, go in the water, and no one touches your cap or your money.
This is a questionnaire that we gave to people in our class to see if they would be interested in our product. 20 people in our class say that bringing money to the beach or swimming pool is a bit of a problem. 15 of those people usually wear a cap. 12 people, that's half the class, say that the cash cap is a great idea, but you just
So they made a questionnaire and they asked about the money problem with the cash cap. And many people, half of their class, said it's a great idea.
Can't buy a similar product in the market at the moment.
We think that the cash cap isn't very expensive to make. Therefore, it is a good product for teenagers to buy. You can have many different designs, and not just one cash cap, but 2 or 3 as well.
We hope you agree that you don't just want a cash cap, you need a cash cap.
They think it's not expensive to create cash caps. It's good for teenagers, and what more? They can create 2 or 3 models. Now we close it, and I want you to answer this question. Is a new towel or a cup? Do you use it at home or on the beach? How many people were interested in the product? Half of all the class. Is it or isn't it available to buy on the market? Is it expensive or cheap? Can you make one or more than one models? For today is all, my dears. You don't have to make any more exercise on this page. I think it's fine, and see you next week. If you have questions, write to me on Google Classroom.